The ACE study showed a big correlation between childhood trauma and autoimmune disease as adults. So virtually every autoimmune course I've ever taken in terms of functional medicine knows that autoimmunity is tied to emotional stress and trauma. But it's usually about 3 slides and then they move on and talk about something else because nobody knows how to do anything about it. And that's the difference of what we're doing with QNRT, quantum neural reset therapy, is that we actually are doing something about the tie-in of emotional stress and how that emotional stress from the emotional processing centers drives into the hypothalamus of the brain, which is the coordinating center of the brain that has two-way communication with the immune system, with the hormonal system, and with the autonomic nervous system. And when the autonomic nervous system gets activated into sympathetic fight or flight mode, then the thymus gland behind our sternum can't shut down or it gets shut down, and it can't differentiate cells that are attacking our body versus cells that are attacking something from the outside. And it should get rid of the cells that are attacking our own body. But that gets off, and then our hormonal balance gets off, and that drives cortisol and other things out of balance. And then the two-way communication with our immune system gets off as well. And there's a big match. For example, childhood sexual trauma, there's actually changes in the immune system that were seen in teenagers experiencing childhood sexual trauma. So if we've had ACE events, which could be parents divorcing, it could be physical, mental, sexual trauma, different kinds of abuse, alcoholic parent, all those other things that can tie in with that. If we've had these ACE events, we're much more likely to have autoimmune disease as an adult. But again, almost nobody is doing anything about it. And the beautiful thing about what we're doing in QNRT, quantum neural reset therapy, is that we can do something about the emotional stress on one side, and then we're doing something about the metabolic stress on the other side. So we're letting the brain lead us to the big drivers, whether that be an infection, a food, an environmental sensitivity, a toxin, or a heavy metal. And then we can figure out how those things combine together to drive our autoimmunity. And then we release the brain, because the brain we're carrying emotional traumas that correlate with those environmental toxins. So when we work on the brain on one side and the environment on the other side, because the brain and the immune system have to dance together, we see amazing changes in autoimmunity, and it is such a big help to help people recover from autoimmunity. So we have a whole bunch of other videos on this subject. You can look in our autoimmune playlist here on YouTube and learn more about that. But again, I just want to say, everybody knows it. They're talking about it. They have it in their slide presentations, and then they drop the subject because they don't know how to do anything about it. So we do. That's what makes it different of what we're doing and why people have come to see us from 21 states now. So I'm Dr. Michael Winters, Winters Wellness, Chiropractic Redefined. Be sure and watch some more about this on QNRT and autoimmunity.